Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's evening show. My name is CHUKS and your GFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I will start tonight's evening show. So the news already gets now the fact say Gabriel Magalhaes don't follow Arsenal contingent, Arsenal team travel to Newcastle ahead of the match we will play tomorrow for St. James's Park. So Yahoo Sports and one of the journalists out there, Con Harrison, that then put out this particular story. So when you look at the contents put out by Harrison, Baba talk plenty. Gabriel Magalhaes has traveled with the Arsenal squad ahead of the game versus this our Newcastle people. So now be the updates way Baba they give us, and that's a very amazing and interesting update. And Yahoo Sports also give credibility to what themselves they talk. Nobody Yahoo Sports, even Football Today also publish the same story about this Gabriel Magalhaes. Say Arsenal boost as injured star reportedly travels with Arsenal squad for Newcastle game. And then self can they give attribution to Con Harrison of Comable Hall, so they talk say yes, the Arsenal player really travel. This is Yahoo Sports. Arsenal boost as injured star reportedly travels with the squad for Newcastle United. Now, if you check the press conference where Arteta do early today, Arteta talk say they're going to assess the Magalhaes, may they see what I'm going to do today training. Then if he escaped today training, and then they will know whether he go involve himself for the match for Newcastle, and truly Gabriel Magalhaes do the training and he escaped the training. In fact, later on in the show, I will actually react to what Mikel Arteta talk for the press conferences when they talk about Ben White and so many other people as the show they unfold. So we'll just watch. Later we'll go address this and we'll treat other news first. Now the Daily Mail can report say Real Madrid they interested, they are reportedly open to selling midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni. Get so this player will say, I remember one time when I seen you say Arsenal be interested in the guy as they say don't fall out of favor at the Santiago Bernabeu. But more just the watch. I don't really know whether Arsenal will go back for the guy, because I'm not sure once upon a time we were even asking them to give us the guy on loan. I don't know, I remember. But Ancelotti no agree. Last that time said Camavinga get injury, so that's why they don't really agree. But now with the guy know they get playing time, let's see what the future will hold for this player, whether they go really sell them to us. Now, based on the match we will go play tomorrow. So when you check, you go see say Arsenal go play. In fact, now with the first play, early kickoff. So Arsenal go play our opponents against Newcastle. Then Liverpool go play Brighton. That one's another tough match because Brighton under their coach Hozela, they are playing fantastic football. Then Manchester City will go away to Bournemouth. They'll go play Andoni side. Remember, saying Bournemouth say Knuckles blue and black will get red card. Now, why is this match significant? It is because Manchester City is missing a lot of players. Look at what you see on the screen. These are players that, according to Flash-Score, they will not play for Manchester City. Oscar Bob will not play. Kevin O'Brien will not play. Jeremy Doku will not play. Grealish will not play. Rodri no day. Savinho no day. Walker no day. Even Akanji is questionable. Even Gavidol is questionable. So even if I watch Pep Guardiola press conference where they ask him ahead of the match against Bournemouth, Basel talks about it is what it is. Like say at like this now, you don't know who go there available, who no go there available. So you go wait. Because some players will be given like a late fitness test. But this Flash Score at J, anybody when they talk say no go play, not see, no why you're not seeing. They did too updated. So I always follow them any day, anytime. Once match not reach like this a day before, I'll just go check them. Maybe I'm not gonna see who go play or no go play. Then if there's doubts whether a player go play or no go play, they go put them under the questionable column. So this one now questionable, we never really know. But this one they say no go play at G, you don't go see that for the match. So tomorrow is very important. Based on saying that we the first play, so we must try our possible best. Because this match, a lot of emotions go they attached based on what happened last season. We be say, ball don't come up for line, we lock, put them inside back, come cross them. Jolinton come press Gabriel Magalhaes, know that last season it happened. So that thing, the thing will give the players extra incentive to beat them. Give Newcastle extra incentive to beat us. The match go they very dice like the match get as it go be. You don't get another extra ginger for the match, but more just the watch, we'll see what's go happen. I pray and hope that we win this match. Now, Paul Merson himself come aside. Come the one Arsenal. Say Arsenal will get found out soon because of Mikel Arteta tactic. Now, what is the tactic? We about to talk. He say Mikel Arteta they reactive these days. Say we are sitting back too much, and has urged Arteta to go back to your entertaining and attacking style of play. Go back. Say after 9 games, Arsenal sit on in the Premier League, 5 points off leaders Man City with every game team must see. I see the points where Paul Merson they make, but Paul Merson also needs to remember that most of the games will take drop point this season. Now because we collect red card, not because we no attack. Most of all the games will drop points. Now because we collect red card, and every game gets a different story. Every game they get their own different context. It gets so most of those games so they really talk say yeah, we sat back. Something happened for that match make us sit back. Look at the match you played against Preston. Would you say we sat back? We're all coming out now trying to beat them. Look at some games so we win convincingly. Would you say we sat back like that? Although it gets some opponents where you go see yourself, you go respect yourself, sit back. They know they tell blind man say, "Well, don't start." So, but another thing again, we say without Odegaard, that free flowing attacking football, you may not see it until Odegaard come back. Even when Odegaard they gone serve that free flowing football, if sometimes you know they did because the context you must look at the opponents where you face. If you meet opponents, okay, imagine Arsenal versus Liverpool. You get how it go be. Sometimes you go there in the front foot. Sometimes you go there reactive. Based on who them be. You miss killer. You will be killer. You come with another killer. Baba, go respect yourself. That who lives and who runs away, who fights and runs away, live to fight and run. Don't say they talk. That adage, they very funny. Say you jackpot. You be strong man, but you can't jackpot. God don't say based on say you jackpot. Don't be say you weak, but say you live to fight another day. Now what Arsenal they do sometimes get so you see some people will respect them, you will be reactive. Maybe every match you will be proactive. So though I still understand the point he's trying to make. Now away from that, Alan Shearer going to give you own prediction. Say you see this match Arsenal won't play against Newcastle. Say for this match, say will Arsenal return to winning ways? Now what's in the ask, but at the end of the day, can talk saying a draw him they see for this match because it's going to be a great atmosphere at St. James's Park. Man City draw for this place. So the win against Chelsea in the Cup will hopefully kickstart Newcastle's season. At the end of the day, him can the see draw for the match. So me, I know na your prediction be that say I will go for a score draw. Na your prediction be that. You know, go come the blame and say, Baba, why you predict like that? So you say, what you be your own prediction? Because me, everly, I go support us now. I want make us now win like 2-0. We will win. Even if that 1-0, as long as we collect the 3 points, I'm okay. Now, Jim Floyd Hasselbank, instead of giving your own prediction, he say Arsenal winning, but only if Arteta field a very strong squad for this match. And from the look of things, from the people who hear say travel for this match, Arteta is going to be putting out a very strong squad. If we look at our back line, Saliba will come back, Magalhaes will come back, Ben White will come back. We're expecting Timber to be available. For the midfield, I never know whether Arteta will spring a surprise, give us Odegaard, or maybe we'll revert back to the likes of Rice, Partey, and Trossard. Then for attack, Havertz, Saka, and Martinelli. So attack with the back. So this match, Newcastle for St. James's Park, they are not reactive. Then they come outside, firing on all cylinders. We say when they go there and say, "Oh man, we'll enter ourselves. Anything will happen, may happen." That match, go too sweet. The match will go sweet. So I'd like to see as it will be. So Baba say if Arsenal can get some of their key players back, then I think they can go there and win the game. We all know what happened up there last season. You get say the two teams they don't like each other, and that one are the truth. In fact, Arsenal and Newcastle just be like Arsenal and Man City. The two teams they don't like each other at all. So you will see enough ginger, enough fire. You get from Gumares to Joel Linton. You get although I hear say that they wait for late fitness set for Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak, Callum Wilson they out. So most just for defense, they still get some kind of problems. But the battle between Saka and Dambon, if not Dambon go face Saka, Saka go let her know. Get but from the latest games they don't play, Dambon they play center back, because they get some kind issues. But most just the watch. Now tomorrow early kickoff, we'll see how everything will unfold at the end of the day. Even Tim Sherwood, when they name the Newcastle player, where him feel say Arsenal should sign if Arsenal want to win the Premier League. So when you look at what Tim Sherwood is saying, Baba they mentioned say make Arsenal go sign Alexander Isak. So that the player when him feel say go make a whole lot of sense for Arsenal moving forward. So now what's him they talk? Well, I know say Arsenal they interested in the guy, they really appreciate him, they like him, but then they get issues with Newcastle for a contract extension. Because in one make them put a buyout clause in case somebody else really bigger than Newcastle come, really more ambitious than Newcastle come, so that he go fit move. But Newcastle they a bit reluctant to get someone just to watch whether they go do it in the talk or they go sell them and never really know. Now, he came one video I watch for TalkSport today. One pundit, Max. So Baba when they explain say Pep Guardiola don't raise the bar for the league this season. Say before during the Wenger era, during the Alex Ferguson era, you can lose 8 games, 7 games in the season and still win the league. Those times maybe say 70-something points go win the league, 80-something points go still win the league. But this time around, if you don't lose like 2 or 3, they go down they tell you say, but I don't feel win the league again. Based on the level the players say Pep don't drop on. Get Pep don't carry this and go on a different level. We say, you know what? You win, you lose 2 games, 3 games. No, you know too much, but based on the person they compete with. You say if your people go down and tell you say, I'm all back, forget the league. Like what Arsenal fans they do now say, I'm gonna forget the league, so you not win the league again. Based on what Pep don't do. In fact, I think I have the video. Let's just take a listen.
Of what Pep has achieved with Man City. You listen, years ago, right? I remember in the Wenger-Ferguson era, you could lose 6, 7, maybe even 8 games and still win the league. But you can't do that anymore, right? If you lose, I mean, Arsenal probably have dropped too many points now. Right? It's who we well.
Currency. So as a day like this now, based on the points where Arsenal don't drop, the people around the field say, "Oh, we don't overdrop point. Like, can we still win the league? Look at how many points gap between we and Man City, we and Liverpool. We say league just the start." Yeah, so these are some of the sentiments out there, but it is never over until it is over. So, my dear Arsenal lovers, let me bring you to Arteta press conference, more react to the press conference, and see what's in talk.
Can I start with some team news? In particular, is it good news on Gabriel?
All right, so the first question, normally ask about Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yes, so we have a training session today. If he can complete that, he will be available. He hasn't had any training session yet, but if he's able to do that today, he will be available in the squad.
Now, based on that training session we do, so I get a picture from Connor Home. We send somebody go there. So Connor Home confirms say Benjamin White trained today for Arsenal. They even put picture saying trained today. At the same time, Gabriel Magalhaes trained today, confirm. That's why Gabriel Magalhaes can travel go Newcastle. So which means White's they okay, Gabriel Magalhaes they okay. So as I can see the updates, normal let's know. So let's
proceed. Regarding the others, Calafiori, Odegaard, I know Ben White was sort of left out of the present game as a precaution. What about those three?
So Ricky and Martin are out definitely, and with Ben, we don't know yet because he hasn't trained yet. He could not train. He could not.
Well, he don't train already.
So let's wait and see if he's available or not.
I appreciate it's still extremely early in the season, but with the gap that is starting to open up at the top of the table, is that a concern at all?
Well, you want to be first. You want to win every game. We know the situations that we have to play with this season, but we are right in the mix. We know that the tough challenge that we're going to face tomorrow, but we are fully ready for that.
This trip to St James's Park is almost...
Now this one they call it ask and based on what happened last season for St James's Park. We at the Tapara, the guy Vex gets the way they consider goal. Even Joe Willock come out. You know, I remember the controversy happened. Now Joe Willock self talk say they can like the ball don't come out. We got to never come outside. Go they recreate the incident. Say the ball never come outside. Arsenal fans say don't come outside. We say they even find Arteta, they invite them, Arteta giving defense. Say no, say na communication error, say the disgracia, no mean the way that they think I'm like a lot of things happen. So that's why they ask about that place.
Exactly a year after the last trip there. After
1 year now.
You had some very pointed comments to make about the standard of refereeing. When you reflect on that, do you have any regrets about anything you said, Daddy?
As part of the past and part of the situation that happened, that you learn from it, you take a lot of positives as well, and we moved on.
Do you think the standard of refereeing has improved since then? Do you think your comments worked?
My intention is not that the comments work. I have to say what I feel in the day.
And do you think the standard of refereeing has improved since then? Or?
Yeah, they're certainly trying their best.
They're trying their best, but their best is not enough. Get even the PGML, when I see that they do adverts now, they find new referees to come help them out. Oh my God.
Okay, we'll go on to Niv from Premier League.
Hi again.
Hi.
Good to see you. First of all, about the Liverpool performance, obviously there were a lot of discussion and debate before the game. How are you going to cope with the fact that several key players were suspension and injuries as well? Overall, it was a good performance. Do you think after the Liverpool game you've learned maybe something new about your group?
Now, this question is based on the way they play against Liverpool. What we say, we use the makeshift defense. So what did you learn? What did I learn something new about the squad that we use end the game?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of things happened that we didn't even plan for them. I was suspecting, with the size of the squad, that we had to be very adaptable in the season. And that's something that we worked from day one in pre-season. But obviously, not to be that adaptable, especially in certain scenarios. But for sure, the team showed an incredible capacity to compete, to be better than the opponent in many moments. But it's true that in the second half, very early again, something happened that affected the rest. But we are there.
All right, the next question, we're going to ask him about the way Ben White they play against Liverpool as a centre-back, even though you don't tell him play centre-back last. So,
about Ben White, he obviously played in the position, not his natural position. Great partnership with Gabriel. Gabriel went off as well very early in the second half, and that lovely assist to Bukayo Saka. How impressive have you been with what he gave him on Sunday?
Well, that's Ben's quality. You know, he can play in those two positions. Within those positions, he can adapt his role and play in different heights as well, especially in ball possession. So we're demanding, you know, against a very difficult, tricky opponent with very particular duels, especially in that section of the pitch, to do that job when he hasn't played there for over a year.
Exactly.
And I think he was really good.
I was wondering, what did you make of Newcastle's start of the season? On one hand, we saw them against Chelsea a few days ago in the League Cup, they did well. On the other hand, if you look at their league position, it's not really ideal. What do you make of it?
I mean, the league position after 9 games is very tricky, you know, and when you see the fixtures that they have as well, and some certain situation that they've been through as well. But they are a fantastic team. They are really well coached. They are super intense. Great stadium to play. You know, the energy that you're going to play there. So, looking forward to it.
Ian, TalkSport.
All right, so next question, I'm ask about the new Manchester United manager, Amore.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi, very good.
Can I start by asking you about Ruben Amorim, who's going to be joining
Ruben Amorim.
He's 39. You know what it's like to come into a Premier League, be a Premier League manager of a massive club when you're under 40. You were 37 when you started here.
Yeah, but I cannot talk about these kind of situations.
No, I just wondered what it was like to be a young manager coming into the Premier League.
Fantastic. Great, yeah.
Fair enough, okay. Thought I'd ask.
Don't be lying, huh?
It was going to Newcastle this weekend. One of the big talking points after the midweek game was Ethan Nwaneri, who described something a real
This question again, Nwaneri's potential.
super talent on your hands. Can you tell us how good you think he'll be and the job he's done in the last 2 years? Because when he made his debut at 15, there was probably a lot of pressure on him to go on and succeed.
Well, I can talk how good he is right now, and at 17 years old to be in the position that he is in one of the biggest clubs in Europe, I think sums up really well the level that he has. What is going to happen in the future mainly is going to depend on him and how much he wants it. At the moment he wants it a lot, and he's surrounded by the right people, and the crystal ball to see what is going to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years. No, my prediction is going to be very positive.
In terms of very positive, right up there with some of the...
Now the coach can say, Nwaneri being like one of the best young players we Mikel Arteta don't see from a career.
The best players that you've seen come through at this age group and moving forward?
Well, it's rare to see a talent like this at 17 years old.
That's
true.
He's a prodigy.
When we made him his debut in the Premier League, there was a lot of talk about it, but we didn't do it because it was a gift. We did it because we knew the pathway that we wanted to build with him, and we wanted to send him a really strong sign about how much we trust him and how much we wanted him to stay with us. And yeah, we are delighted to have him.
One last one, injuries. You've had some injuries, maybe other clubs have had more, other clubs have had less. Why this season are we seeing so many clubs suffering, so many? Man City apparently have only got 13 fit players this weekend. You've been battling to get centre-halves on the pitch all season.
That's true.
Well, I think there are two aspects. One, I think we've been quite unlucky with some of them, and especially to happen in very similar positions. And then obviously the demands that those players are having every week. If you put that into the perspective that as well you have a smaller squad because all the restrictions that are hitting all the clubs, that you cannot have 30 quality players in the squad. The moment that one player has to play more minutes affects, and the knock-on and the domino effect for the rest of the squad is quite difficult to manage.
Alex.
All right, the next question now on whether Mikel Arteta needs to protect Nwaneri, because from the look of things, Arteta they protect the boy from people they say, come and play. So take a listen.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
There's been lots of talk around Ethan since he made his debut, like you said, and it's happening again now because he's had the good performances. Do you have to protect him when there's so much talk around him?
I think the biggest thing is to push him. And then when he's pushed, just always grab him behind to make sure that he's always stable and protected. But this talent, you have to push him. The protection is necessary, or keep an eye on it and be always in the right distance. But he needs to see that he can go and he can fly and don't cut any wings.
And how helpful for him is it to see Bukayo Saka, who's had the same journey, come through and one of the best players in Europe? Is it helpful to have someone that's gone through?
This question, I like him because they ask him based on say this journey way Nwaneri they follow now. Saka don't follow him before. Because Saka is still from the Highland Academy onto first 11. So how's the impact with Saka will they give him? Say, okay, well, if they look Saka, say, okay, this is my friend, this is my senior brother, he don't pass through the stage. And they play for Arsenal first 11. So myself, the pathway is there for me to join Bukayo Saka. That's what they ask.
Same journey in the same team.
I think that creates belief.
Exactly. I can do it also.
You know, through all the academy, all the young players, the players that we signed as well at very early age, that there is a pathway that is clear, that we're going to give them opportunities, and if they earn it, they're going to be treated like the rest.
Now, next question on Thomas Partey playing so many games. Partey shocked me this season, because I remember when season started, I've been talking say, this Partey, but find square root, we don't need that. Don't be say every AK market day, and I go get injury. Partey they involve, they go for tackles. Partey day, how many games? I don't be like 9 games. Nobody say Partey get knock or Partey get one thing. Like this is about the para I get. Then they ask I say, I take see this guy plays in, and whether I go even give him contract.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi, Nick.
Talking about Thomas Partey, talking about adaptable players. He's played in different positions for you this season. He's also played more Premier League minutes this season than the whole of last season. Can you just talk about his contribution to the team?
Well, one thing that obviously we needed from Thomas to be at the level that we want to be, certainly. So
yeah,
he's working so hard to do what he's doing at the moment. I think he's playing really well, as you said, in different positions with different demands, and he's coping with it in a great way. He's a big player for us.
And he's only 31, but he's out of contract at the end of the
exactly, he said it. He's only 31.
To talk to him, or
I love what you said. He's only 31, so yeah, and he's in a really good place. And yeah, we'll have these discussions.
He's still young, Abby.
Hi.
You mentioned that you haven't seen many talented players like Ethan at 17. You yourself look quite a talented 17-year-old when you.
The question they ask her, they say, Ethan, when you did 17, when you did 17, you get this type of talent. Like kind of question they ask Benjamin Dijk about Saliba. I say, when you did Saliba age, how far? Papa say, oh, mama, I don't lie. When I did Saliba age, I know they do not say.
No, not with that level. No, I was really lucky as well because somebody trusted me at that age and gave me the opportunity, which is what they need as well. So the talent to emerge, somebody has to give you the chance, the belief, and then you have to be surrounded by the right team, the right players, and if you do that, you have a chance.
Just wondered, from that time, is there any...
Okay, now, based on say you say if somebody give you chance when you say be small, so with your own experience, how you want to take past that experience onto it when they're like, what's it with the teacher, that kind of level?
You think, oh, I shouldn't do that with Ethan based on my experience, or this is good for a player at 17, or is there anything from your experience that you think you would use with him?
Yeah, probably individually a lot of things that I should have done and probably learned. So if I can give him, we can give him advice. Great. What I like about him is that he really believes that he has the ability to do it. He really believes that he's more than capable to take anybody's place, and his teammates. He's earned the right of the trust of them, which I think is vital for a teenager coming through.
And he was cramped.
Now, next question on the physical step up to EPL, because Baba they play Bolton, they play Preston for the Cubs, get so like the physicality for all those, you know, if you go compare them to the EPL. So now they ask and say, because we are still talking about it's in one area.
Is that physical side maybe the reason why we haven't seen as much in the Premier League? Because it is a big.
No, yeah, I say with another physical side. Now you make Arteta never really play much for the Premier League. Go Premier League, no be your mates. Get so take a listen.
It's a huge jump, you know, and Ethan in the past as well. We need to understand where it's coming from. We had any issues in the last 3-5 years in his growth, in his development, and the physical part, as the mental part, almost the tactical, are really important to take care of. Because the load goes through the roof straight away without you knowing, and then you look back and say, oh, look what he's done in 4 months compared to the last 18 months. So, yeah, we need to keep an eye on that.
You see, like I said at the talk now, moving from cup games to Premier League games, starting cup games, starting Premier League, they are not the same. So it's a huge jump, a huge step up. This thing brings me and one of my community members, I don't want to mention his name, we discussed for DM today, like in the morning. So I mentioned something, because when they talk about this, I mentioned something, this boy in a prodigy, he's very, very good. Don't you think, if he come to play for us and maybe in start, our opponents come to say, this boy in a visionary, on a see how, if then gang up on him, if he survive, now ask him. Based on all they got gone, be captain, then they gang up on him for some games, he will lose. Look at our Champions League match, last season, about when Bayern Munich come at us. Bayern dedicates one player, I think it was Conrad Laimea or somebody. So make him mark what they got out, what they got lost for that match. So when they ask about say, if two people say everybody don't say, this is an confirmed number 10 and Sia, and normal as Sia as a visionary, they go on mark you out. Normal, like they gang up on Saka, normal every day. If they gang up on this guy for the middle of the park, can he survive? That's part of the question, but let's continue.
Jordan, Athletic.
Mikel, I know life as a Premier League manager, it can be high intensity, a lot of pressure. It was interesting the last few weeks to see you speak about meditation becoming part of your everyday life. I just wondered, when we were asking you about refereeing decisions, etc., and the pressure of dealing with that, yeah. Does that actually help you?
On the touchline, I haven't got to that point to go on meditating mode. Yeah, maybe it's something that I have to happen. I just want the best for the team, and I want to give the team the best chance to be as competitive as possible to win the majority of the football match. So I know that obviously when they change the rules and certain behaviors towards the touchline, we need to adapt to that and we need to evolve, and that's what I try to do.
All right, on the next question on how Arteta don't manage to evolve when they're managing emotion, because if you watch Arteta of recent, you see Arteta know they shout when they do, know that they animated for the touchline like before, like something happened.
Talking about that, and I think this season you're one of 5 managers not to have a yellow card yet. When you look at yourself, do you think you have evolved and managing your emotions better than maybe the last few years?
Well, I don't want to miss any games, that's for sure. I cannot promise you that if we score a goal, I'm going to be jumping up and down and down the touchline. I cannot guarantee that. Hopefully as well, they have adapted, you know, and they have understood as well that emotions are a big part of that. I cannot control myself, certainly in one square line. So far it worked.
You see what Arteta they try to do now? They try to limit emotions with him and the players they emit for that stadium, because all those emotions then they lead to delaying a restart and doing some kind of things so you don't really need. They collect unnecessary cards. So I believe the thing they start from the top. If Arteta they cut down on all those animated responses and reactions, then the player self will see somebody to emulate. So no, that immediately they think this one and will say that's probably what's going on.
Simon Standard.
Mikel, can I just check on Ben? He was struggling with a groin injury, I think.
He's asking about Ben White. He's done a groin injury in gets. But Ben White don't train now.
No,
don't pass.
This is related more to a joint.
And on Tomiyasu, is there any chance that he's back before the break? And if not, do you know when you think you might have him back?
No, I don't expect him to be available before the break now, unfortunately.
Okay. So which means Tomiyasu coming back now, like after the international break when they come soon. Now the next question they could ask him based on Inter Milan will play for Champions League after Newcastle probably say whether Nadia will expect Odegaard to return, because the news we say if Odegaard no come back for Newcastle, Odegaard is expected to come at Inter Milan. So take a listen.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi. Cornwall injury on Martinez.
Martin, you said he's out for Saturday. Is Milan a possibility, or is that going to come to us?
Well, now is the stage when he's going to start to do certain work with us and just see how he deals with pain. Is his movement natural enough? Is physically now at the level that requires him to compete? But yeah, with the work rate and the hours that he's put in, I will be surprised if the moment that he starts training with us, you don't say he looks ready. So hopefully soon.
All right, next question. Based on the Ojoro then do us for St. James's Park last season, see how you take reflects on what happened, because that's a really pain in the Arsenal fans.
Well, on Newcastle, when you've done your video work for this week, presumably you watched the game from last season up there. Did you have the same emotion when you saw the goal?
I didn't stop on that sequence, so I didn't want to go through that. It's already in my hard drive, so I didn't want to go through that again.
I mean, there are some fans who think the club have.
Now, next question: say whether there is this subconscious conspiracy or hatred from the referees to penalize Arsenal for games. Like, don't be saying that deliberate something, but like it just did their body subconsciously. They know they really think, and they just say as long as saying Arsenal, cancel their goal, all those kind of things.
So you've maybe a bit harsher treatment from referees since that game. Do you give any credence to that at all?
No, that on purpose, you mean?
Yeah, or whether there's some sort of subconscious thing against Arsenal. Or...
No, because every club at the end has got his history, and they have games and situations and comments, and that's part of the game, I think, and we have to understand it as it is. You know, is every decision that when I make, I'm gonna get criticized, or nobody's going to understand, or they're going to understand and praise it. They are part of the game, so we're always going to have opinions about their jobs. That's normal.
Do you think there's any sort of lasting consequence from that whole episode, or is it just in the past?
No, hopefully we passed it. We talked through it.
Now, past tense, and
that's done. It's a year in football. It's a long time.
But with that, another time we say, you never pass. So this thing is still the Arsenal players' mind. Revenge day. Newcastle mind, they there. They go say, now they come. Nothing they sub for. Should be not tomorrow. Go see the match. Now go see how intensified that match will be. Go see blood. Go see venom. Go see animosity. In fact, that match is going to be a blockbuster match.
Okay, and there's a question for Mel in Spanish. Okay.
Yeah. So I think from here, a Spanish question, they're going to ask because I think that's why I don't think there's any need for us to be taking Spanish questions. I know you hear Spanish, so I don't know how many of them hear Spanish. So my dear Asalovas, like usual, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us. And as you do so that our community will go wider and wider. So the biggest news of the night, remember the fact that Magales don't follow the team travel to Newcastle, where we expect him to play, according to journalists Con Harrison and Yahoo Sports. And this one they come against waiting Chris Sutton talk yesterday. Say Gabriel Magales no go play. JC sure for him. Yeah. Well, just see now. More never believe what we hear from Ateta and what we hear from Conor Home and Con Harrison. But wait till tomorrow we'll see the lineup. And we'll kind of say, Chris Sutton, you lied. So till then. All right, so my dear Asalova, so I think it's a fine place for us to call the show an end. So till I come your way tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good night. And I'll get out. All right, guys. Bye-bye.